Welcome
to
Those Two Chicks with a podcast. I'm Jordan.
I'm Emma Grace.
And we're here again.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Guess what?
What?
You're in trouble.
Why?
With Mother Mary.
Oh, no. What'd I do?
She listened to, whatever episode it was where we did talk about, like, the history of toothpaste. But most importantly, you talked about you having floaters.
Oh.
And I said, oh, my mom has those. You said, yeah, it's pretty common older people get that. My mom went, oh.
Listen, it's people 30 and older.
Right.
Which, like, I'm almost there.
Right.
I'm going to be 27. So, really, like, she's grouped in with me. So, I'm insulting both of us. Right? That's a way to look at it.
Yeah.
But you started it because you made fun of people with floaters.
I didn't make fun of people.
You were like, haha, you have floaters.
We can roll the footage back, and I did
Roll it
not
back.
even say that. I said I was concerned you had floaters.
Well, and then I had a panic attack about it for a week. And that's
mean
rude.
too.
That's rude.
But here's the other thing.
What?
I have a question because I was with my mom yesterday.
Is it about floaters?
No.
Okay.
I was with my mom yesterday, and we passed a Wendy's.
A Wendy's?
A Wendy's.
You said Wendy's.
I know, I say Wendy's.
Okay. Did you get a cup of chili?
No, we didn't go there.
Oh, okay.
We
Just
we were
passed,
driving
just
past
drove
it.
by.
Yeah. Did you ever know that Wendy's had a taco bar?
No. They do?
He did.
Oh, they did.
My mom goes, when she was dating my dad, she said they go, or maybe they were married. I don't know. Either way, she was with my dad when they were younger, and she said they would go to the taco bar all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, at Wendy's?
At Wendy's? Not at Wendy's.
Yeah. Really, it was called, it was a
Wendy's Taco Bar.
It was like a Fiesta bar,
Oh.
but it closed in 1998.
Oh.
Because it was too much work for the employees. Refilling. I guess they were losing profit as well. But I wanted to know if you knew that they had a taco bar, because I told my husband that last night. He was like, yeah. Like, he heard of that before.
I've never heard of that literally ever.
No.
So. No. But you know what does confuse me about Wendy's? So, you know when you're in the Starbucks line and you can look over to Wendy's, right?
Yeah.
It looks like they have the KFC man. A picture of the KFC man inside. And it's not Wendy.
Right.
Because it's clearly a man.
An old man.
Yes.
Maybe they borrowed it from KFC.
Are they affiliated? Or like...
I don't think they are.
I'll be in the Starbucks line and I'm like, why is there a KFC guy?
I feel like I gotta go to the Starbucks line just to look.
Go today.
Okay.
And then look and tell me it doesn't look like a KFC guy.
All right.
And did you know that people, when they look at the KFC like logo picture, they see the man's head and then it looks like he's got a stick body?
Oh, yes.
Because of his collar?
Yep.
That cracks me up.
So what's new with you?
Nothing, really. I've had a busy week, I feel like.
Same.
And I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you? Anything new?
No. My son's rolling.
Oh, that's new.
He's rolling.
Oh,
it was kind of funny, though, because when he's on his little play mat, he's 4 months. And so he was on his little play mat. I walked out into the dining room for, seconds. I come back, and he's off his mat.
Oh, no.
He squirmed his way. He's just rolling away. Like, what are you doing?
That's the worst part. Then they're not going to stay put ever again.
No.
It's so funny. Our neighbors have a cute little baby. She's probably almost 1. I think she'll be 1 in September.
Okay.
But she's like ready to crawl. She's getting there.
Yeah.
So we'll be outside. They'll be over there. We'll be over in our yard. Although our kids run over there because they love her other daughter. Well, they love both their daughters. But anyway, they play together. Here we go. The point is, the baby will be way off the blanket that the mom put her down on. And I just love to see it. Like, she'll just be, like, overeating some grass further away. Her mom's like, what are you doing over there? It's like, good luck. They're never going to stay in one spot ever again.
No.
And it's just really cute.
It is
Let your baby roll away and go eat some grass.
I know. It's
good
like,
for him.
What you doing over there?
Where'd you go?
He was so proud of himself.
Yeah. He was probably very serious about it, too.
No, he kept laughing.
No,
He thought it
he's
was
a boss
funny.
baby.
Oh, okay.
I'm set on that. She's probably like, I'm rolling to my business meeting right now.
I'm late.
Leave me alone. Where's my briefcase? But yeah, no, I really nothing.
Yeah.
Not shit.
It was just a very busy week.
Oh, did I tell you there was a bungee cord in my car?
No.
Well, so I got my car fixed. Remember when my car was really fucked up?
Yeah.
It cost me like $2,000 to fix it. And after that, it kept making noises. And I was like, they messed something up. But he was making it sound like if I brought it back in, I'd have to pay for them to do something else. I'm like, fuck that guy. And then my brother-in-law changed our brake pads, and he found a bungee cord in there that they left in there. And now it doesn't make noise anymore.
Oh.
It says a bungee cord the whole time.
What was the bungee
It's like
cord doing?
$2,000 and you leave a bungee cord in my car?
Yeah.
So, there's that.
What are you going to do with your bungee cord?
I don't know. I think he took it. Or I don't know where it is. Or maybe they threw it away. I never saw it. That was the day I was at your house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Last one.
So I didn't care at that point.
So you got your car. This was, oh my gosh, yeah. So that's when you contacted me because this was the day before I went to labor.
Really? That was 4 months ago.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Because I asked if you wanted a ride.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, I'm not going to do that because you're pregnant.
Yeah.
And literally the next
and you're
day,
like,
I went to labor.
I had my baby. I was like, don't worry about it. You got enough on your plate. Yeah, no, that does, it feels like
a while ago, but like, huh.
Yeah, so I don't have the best luck with cars.
You had a bungee cord in your car for
bungee
4
cord.
months.
Yeah. It kept going, but I didn't know. I don't know. Thought something else was messed up. I'm horrible with cars.
Me too.
I'm so bad. I should have like an old beater, honestly.
Oh.
Because I'm real fucking rough on them.
Yeah.
What else?
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Kind of boring.
Do you want me to do my what I found online first and then you go, but since I'm doing ghost stories today?
Sure.
Okay. And this is What Did Jordan Find Online?
What is it this time?
Okay, so what I found online this week is, it's not funny, it's actually real done fucked up.
Oh.
So, I was scrolling on TikTok, as one does, and this guy popped up, and he's a little investigator. And I was like, ooh, what did he investigate? Well, on Amazon, did you know that the skincare and supplements are not very regulated? Like, literally anyone can list something.
I feel like that doesn't surprise me.
But I feel like that should be a thing.
Right.
I mean, I've always been hesitant because when buying, like, protein powders and stuff, when I get on my weight loss kicks that don't pan out, when I go to buy something, I'm like, I don't want to buy, like, a protein powder or, like, this and that off Amazon because people can buy the product and then sell it. Like,
yeah.
Anything can happen. But I didn't realize that people could, like, manufacture their own thing and sell it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like,
I think like reselling products. I'm like, yeah, I've seen
I mean, a
that,
lot of
it's
people,
like Amazon sellers that are in the company.
Right, and I don't know, it just creeps me out.
Yeah.
So, but this is really fucked up. So he goes in to talk about this vitamin that is on the top sellers for prenatal vitamins on Amazon. And he's like, something about this looks a little fishy. So he plugged the product into this website that can tell you how many reviews are fake. 41% of the company's reviews are fake.
Wow.
So he's like, that's kind of crazy. And this guy's real in depth because he had a whole, like, graph of vitamins and their ingredients. And this one had, like, the cleanest and the most stuff in it. And it was almost, like, too good to be true. Like, you took one pill, but you got all of these nutrients, where other ones are, like, you have to take 2 pills for it, for all the... It was just, like, too good to be true, right? So he's like, this is real fishy. So then he goes onto the product's website, all stock photos. Like, you can tell it's stock photos. Okay. And they're, like, making it really clear, like, made in the USA, made in the USA. And it's like, okay, but companies who are making it in the USA aren't, like, completely blasting that on every single page. It's a little sussy, you know?
See it once or twice.
It's sus.
Yeah.
So, and everyone knows the best products come out of China. Let's be honest. Just kidding. But he's, like, going into it, and he gets the address for the company where their headquarters is. Plugs it in online. It's a house on Zillow. It's just a fucking house in Delaware. And he's like, that's a little weird too. So then he finds out a shit ton of companies say that their headquarters is this house. And it's like all these different companies. It's not just this vitamin company. It's like...
The same Zillow house?
Same house. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're completely bogus. So then he goes on their Instagram. Mm-hmm. Most of their posts are just blasted with fake, not fake, with like stock photos or like weird photos. And they're like spammed with comments from like random people with just like emojis and stuff. So, you know, they're probably like paying for comments.
Yeah.
But then on a couple other posts, there will be people saying like, hey, my vitamins were weird colors, or like they posted a picture of their vitamins and they're like, mine didn't look like this. And it turns out this company is just completely bogus. Completely bogus. So all of this to say, I will not be ordering any supplements or anything like that off of Amazon, and you should not either. So I have the video. This creator's name is currentness, and they are he's really into helping expectant mothers find healthy vitamins and resources. I mean, think about it. These are the women bringing in the next generation. Right. And here we are. I don't know. It's just, sketchy. Amazon should be watching that shit more.
Well, you'd think.
Like, my boss posts, she has her own manufactured products for, like, lashes and stuff, and she goes through, like, highly, I don't know, like, she's very into the ingredients and the manufacturer and all that stuff, and Amazon's, like, super picky about the pictures that you can post of your product. Like, if it has the slightest shadow in it or anything, Amazon will be like, no, you can't post this. But you're not checking the companies and the products that the people are posting?
No, that seems weird.
It's really weird.
Honestly, it's so dangerous.
It is.
Like, you're really, who knows what that stuff is.
Yeah, so I feel like what I found online this week is very informative. Yeah. So thank you to currentness. I do not plan on having any more children because, Jesus Christ. But
if you did.
If you are, do not. I mean, you probably can find good stuff on Amazon for your prenatals, but please do your research. Follow this guy. Follow currentess.
Yeah, no, for sure. I wouldn't mess with something like that you're going to put in your body. And especially when you're pregnant.
It's just Amazon is such
another level.
It's like the number one seller. That's where people get their stuff from. And it's like, why are you not paying attention?
Yeah.
So.
No, it's sketchy.
Interesting.
Are you ready for a fun fact?
Yeah, but is it a gross fact or a fun fact?
Both.
Emma told me her fun fact is gross today. So.
Sorry.
Fun facts with Emma.
Welcome to Fun Facts with Emma.
Oh, I should have welcomed people to mine. I didn't even think about it. I was just like, here we go! Let's do it!
All right. So, today's fun fact is popcorn.
Foot fact?
No, fun fact is popcorn.
I love popcorn.
Me too.
Okay.
All right. One of my favorite snacks.
Yeah.
Hands down. But have you ever wondered how it was invented or where it came from?
I mean, I kind of did wonder, like, who did it?
Oh, let me tell you. Okay.
Hold on a second. Popcorn kernels. The little things. It's corn. But, like, what part of the corn?
The kernels.
So do they just, like get a piece of corn, but why are they hard little balls?
Because corn's... you're thinking sweet corn. Like, you know you have to cook it? You have to cook corn.
Is there other corn?
There's a bunch of types of corn.
And they come out with, like, hard little balls.
Yeah. Well, they look like kernels. And there's, like, sometimes, like, people have, like, corn that's just for, like, a feed for, like, chickens and stuff. That's a different type of corn that you would consume.
I thought corn was just corn.
I'm sorry. I guess I should have done that.
Yeah, first of all,
different types of corn.
Explain to me how this works because what?
So yeah, that's just kernels. Okay. Off you pop them off. And, yeah, whatever. Okay. But that's where we're gonna start. Is that popcorn is obviously corn. So we have to figure out.
Corn's a starch, not a vegetable. I just found that out.
Really?
Not a vegetable. It's a starch.
So is potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah. Every time I eat corn, I'm like, I'm being healthy, but it's not like a bad thing to eat. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up.
Sorry, but yes, no, it is a starch.
That's your fun fact for me.
So corn was developed from a certain type of grass in Mexico. And according to Google, corn has been around forever. But it's really weird to me. And I don't know this information.
Okay.
But it's kind of like a chicken or the egg type of situation here because corn can't be regrown on its own, meaning like it has to be physically replanted every year. It's not one of those types of crops.
Yeah.
So how did we get corn?
And it came from grass?
Yeah. In Mexico.
So was someone just like, there's a yellow thing on this grass. But how did it get there?
I don't know. Because you had to physically plant the corn. So it's kind of like a chicken or
like
egg
it literally cannot grow on its own. Like if a little piece of corn fell.
According to what Google said, like it's one of the crops that you have to replant every year.
That's interesting.
It doesn't just regrow on its own.
Who invented corn?
I don't know.
Who are you people? Okay.
So farming corn started as far back as 1200 BC.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Time.
The Incas and the Mayans used to grind the corn to make tortillas or tamales.
Delish.
And sometimes they would use it and they grind it up and like the ground up corn and then they'd mix it up with like fruit and honey and it was a drink.
That kind of sounds good.
I'd like to try it.
Someone make me
like
one.
A little sip.
Yeah.
I might not like it, but... So to sum it up, corn was a staple to a lot of the ancient civilizations.
Yeah.
Just don't know where it came from.
Who did? Aliens.
However, the Aztecs, they were like all about corn. And
it's corn!
And it was viewed as a sacred food.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Corn is really good.
So to the Aztecs, they believed corn had a life cycle similar to humans. And they consumed so much corn that they thought it was in their blood.
Oh.
It was their
Corn
most
blood.
important crop. Their corn blood.
Corn blood.
But it was thought that when they ate the corn, they were eating the earth. Mm-hmm. So that when they died and were buried, the earth would then eat them.
Ew.
Little circle.
I mean, technically it kind of does.
Yeah.
Kind of.
They really liked their
They weren't
corn.
wrong.
So there is a myth about the Aztecs. And it's said that once there was a time when they were in danger and they were about to be extinct because they were starving to death. So an Aztec priest prayed to one of their gods. Apparently there was corn on the other side of the mountain.
Oh.
And the Aztecs couldn't get to it. So they were praying to all these gods. And like previous gods, they couldn't help move the mountains. So then they prayed this one god. And this god decided to take a different approach and transformed himself into an ant and went to the mountain. Oh. He then found the corn on the other side and took a grain back with his ant teeth and headed back to the Aztec people for the corn to be planted.
All I can think about is the ant that you squashed with your foot this morning. And like it was a little ant god and you squished it.
Just trying to get some corn.
I was like, ah! Flick it!
So it was up to this one kernel that this ant had in its mouth.
Yeah.
And it worked, so they were saved. So big corn fans.
I love corn.
Really big. So they had ceremonies.
Oh.
They had 4 of them.
For corn.
For corn.
Did the corn kid come and sing at them?
No, I don't think they have
a
one of
big
those.
lump with knobs. It has the juice. Okay, I'm sorry.
He didn't exist yet. This is the Aztec times.
Time travel.
So they actually had 4 separate gods for corn.
Okay.
And they would have one in the spring.
4?
Yeah.
Just for corn?
Just for corn.
Okay.
So they had one for the springtime, and they would plant the corn and have a ceremony for it. However, they took it up a notch. They would water the corn in blood.
Fuck. Okay.
So
I can't. Is this a sacrifice thing that's coming?
Yeah.
Emma!
Well, duh.
I can't because they do it to kids.
Kind of, sometimes.
Oh, it makes me so sad. Okay.
To them, blood was symbolic to life. So bleeding
And they have corn blood.
Yeah, so bleeding on the corn was like a gift to the gods.
Okay.
So let's jump to fall. There was another ceremony for a different god of theirs, and this was to make sure that they would have a surplus of corn.
Ooh.
So Aztec young girls would make garland out of popcorn.
Delicious.
And they would wear those around. And then at the ceremony, everyone would surround the statue of this goddess, and the priest would come forward and call for a young girl to come forward as well, and she was their offering for corn.
Did they pick her?
Now, Google didn't tell me if this girl knew that she was the offering or she found out at the ceremony.
Because I would have been like,
pass.
I nominate Emma, not me.
Nose goes.
Nose goes.
Okay,
so they were already popping corn.
Yeah. Popcorn was back then.
Like, who thought of it, though?
I don't know.
This is bothering me,
maybe
Emma.
It's got, like, really hot outside. And it just started
popping. It's like the egg on the sidewalk or something.
It's popping.
It's popping. It's popping.
So that was the thing. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if the girl knew or not.
This is going to bother me now for the rest of my life.
However, trigger warning to like 10 seconds
if
you can't handle it. But Jordan has to listen to all of it.
Fuck.
So he would have this girl in front of the goddess statue.
Okay.
And chop off her head in front of everyone.
Yeah.
For corn.
Yeah.
So then the priest would pour blood on the statue to honor the goddess. Mm-hmm. And then he kind of turns like serial killer mode, and I'll tone it down for you guys.
I'm sorry?
But like, I'll just sum it up as skin suit. But it's not over yet.
Oh.
Another woman is offered up to the gods. And so we had a younger woman and an older woman.
Yeah. And
the priest would take the skin off her face and wear it as a mask for corn. Reminds me of Office.
Clarice. What does he say? We have to harvest the organs.
But guess what Google said?
What?
The second woman who got her face removed, it's not 100% confirmed, but one resource did say that she was sacrificed by her husband.
Lucas would nominate me in a second. Was she dead before they chopped her face off?
I'd like to assume so. Let's go with that. So though this sounds crazy, this was a part of their religion and their everyday life here. So it was like an honor to be sacrificed.
A lot of those types of deals.
Yeah, so you're sacrificing your gods, but also for your people. So it was like, I'm just going to assume that they were pumped to be
They
sacrificed.
probably were. Yeah. I mean, a little scared, but pumped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's another feast called the Feast of the Flaying Man. And this was to say thanks to the gods.
I'm sorry, the what man?
The Flaying Man. Fuck. So this was to say thanks to the gods for the harvest of the corn and to ensure they have a successful crop season next year. So everyone was there for this big ceremony. But short story because we don't have all day. So there was a god that helped the Aztecs once upon a time by giving chunks of their flesh to feed the Aztec people. Mm-hmm. So back to the ceremony. To honor this god, they would shuck corn. Because it was symbolic. Because, like, the husks of the corn.
I love shucking corn.
It was like the skin of the god. Mm-hmm. So they would just shuck this corn for the gods.
Okay.
So they would follow us up with a play.
Where they shucked a man?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm about to beat this bitch up.
So it usually involved an enslaved individual or a prisoner from a different tribe.
Oh.
And then this person would be their human sacrifice. Gross part again, they took chunks of this person's skin and painted it like arts and crafts time. And it was to be like painted to represent the god for the ceremony.
Okay.
So they just did a little arts and crafts with this guy. And then to finish the ceremony, they'd eat the sacrifice. But it was a beautiful thing in the name of corn.
It's corn!
So let's fast forward.
I thought this was going to be about delicious popcorn.
We'll get there.
Okay.
So we had to get corn. Okay. We had to go from the basics.
Okay.
So we'll fast forward, and now we're in the indigenous people of North America.
Okay.
Now, they were fans of planting corn as well. Mm-hmm. And in the 1600s, when the early settlers came, corn was like a big thing. It was everywhere.
Yeah.
And it wasn't seen as like a god anymore, and it was just seen as a food, or I guess another way, a survival tool.
Yeah.
Would be for them now. So it's not a religious thing anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
So these settlers saw that the indigenous tribes around them were making popcorn from corn kernels, and they were like, please show me.
Yeah. And that's how we got Thanksgiving.
But they were like, but just imagine, they were seeing corn kernels pop for the very first time.
Well, didn't the settlers have corn though? But they just didn't know about popcorn.
Exactly.
Dude, that would put them in a coma.
Corn, they're like, no.
That would put them in a coma.
Thinking.
Whoa.
So I'm gonna say like now teaching. I'll leave that in quotes.
Yeah.
Let you fill in the blanks how they got to learn how to make popcorn.
Yeah.
But now we have popcorn, and the earlier settlers were like stoked with this new invention, and they went back to like the 13 colonies, and they were going off in the kitchen.
Dude.
Okay.
Popping.
We're talking popcorn soup.
Ew.
They had popcorn with cream and sugar.
That sounds
the
good.
best breakfast to start your day. That was their version of cereal.
Oh.
If you think about that one, yeah. So popcorn was a main food group.
Yeah.
That personally, I never would have thought of that. I wouldn't put popcorn in there.
No.
But like popcorn could have been like the food on the Thanksgiving table. Like let's just think about it. Popcorn was probably there. I don't know that for sure, but like let's just imagine that popcorn was there. So in 1848, popcorn was added to the American Dictionary.
Oh.
And then by the late 1800s, popcorn machines were now being used so that everyday commoners could buy popcorn. It was a daily thing, and the popcorn machine was steam powered.
Oh.
So think of like the big.
They're getting fancy with their popcorn.
Charles Cretter.
Okay.
That might be his. I don't know.
Okay.
But he's from Chicago.
Okay.
And he's often credited as the inventor of modern popcorn because his invention of the mobile popcorn cart.
Ooh.
So he was the one with the steam.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it was popular in cities, at the circus, and baseball games.
Oh.
With
butter?
Yeah, duh.
Duh.
And at baseball games, that led to Cracker Jacks.
What's a Cracker Jack?
Are you kidding
No,
me?
I've always heard the song, but I don't know what an actual Cracker Jack is.
Get out.
What is it?
Get out of here. It's
Tell
like
me.
caramel popcorn, and it's like with nuts in it. They sell them in boxes at the stores, like even
so
today.
it's just caramel popcorn.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it has like.
I just didn't know
it.
what. Give me some peanuts with crackers.
That's not gonna, give me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks, or Cracker Jacks. It's one of the two. But you can buy in the stores today.
Okay.
I'll put up a photo.
I just never.
And then when you
It
watch
sounds
this
like a
episode,
little
you'll see it.
sandwich. A Cracker Jack, like little crackers, and it's got something on the inside. Isn't that what it sounds like it could be?
I only think
Cracker
popcorn.
Jack.
I'm surprised that you've never had Cracker
Never.
Jacks.
Well, I've had caramel popcorn.
Right, but that's not
Plenty
the
of times.
same.
Well, it's just got peanuts in it. I've had like caramel popcorn with candy in it. It's like,
You have to
What?
try it. It's like an
Why?
experience.
What?
That you feel like you're back in time. But this introduced the idea of sweet popcorn. And actually, some people say, a Google fact I found, that Cracker Jacks are the original American junk food.
I mean, I would believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you
for
need
sure.
to go out and find a box of Cracker Jacks.
Okay.
Or I will be
Probably
upset.
won't. I've made it 27 years, but I love caramel popcorn. I just don't really love peanuts.
Well, don't think about it.
Well, I'm already
And
eating
it
it.
came with like a little toy inside. It was like a little paper toy, I think.
I've
I'll
never.
look that up. I don't know.
I've never.
But guess what?
What?
Popcorn used to be banned from movie theaters.
Because it's messy.
For like a really long time in the early 1900s.
Really?
But that was because the movie theater used to be like a very bougie place for like the rich people,
Yeah.
and commoners were like not allowed, or but
Yeah.
they just couldn't afford it.
Yeah,
So,
that makes sense.
But it was a big deal, and snacks like popcorn that was not allowed, and it was a very grand building.
So
they
what
were
would
beautiful.
they eat?
Nothing, because they wanted to keep buildings in prime condition.
Oh.
But you have to keep in mind, films were silent films. Oh, so you have some jerk.
That'd be so
chomping on-
annoying.
That's actually probably one of my biggest pet peeves.
Yeah.
I hate chewing
You can
sounds.
hear someone really chomping on some popcorn.
Just chewing sounds.
Yeah. Oh, just chewing sounds in general.
If they're really obnoxious, yes.
Yeah.
I cannot stand it.
Yeah.
But then movies started to have sound.
Mm-hmm.
However, the Great Depression came.
Always
So-
the fucking Great Depression.
They had no money.
Yeah.
So movie theaters took a huge hit because everyone's poor. Everyone started coming once they're selling popcorn.
Yeah.
But now you have to think the movies now have sound to them.
Right.
So now they'll have that issue of silent films.
Yeah.
Everyone was happy.
Yeah.
Plus, popcorn was really cheap for theaters to buy.
Yeah.
So they could upcharge, make a huge
Popcorn
profit.
is
Like
so
they do
cheap.
today.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now fast forward to World War II.
Oh, shit.
A lot of people stopped going to the movies again for obvious reasons. It's
Yeah.
World War II.
Yeah.
But there were rations, of course. But what wasn't really rationed and was cheap to get? Popcorn.
And they sacrifice people for it.
No, not in World War II. For here. So popcorn was consumed like a ton during this time.
Yeah.
In World War II, which is just crazy. I think like everyone was just eating popcorn just to survive because it wasn't rationed.
Oh.
But after the war, more people had TVs now, and that's when the idea of popcorn made in a bag with butter and salt already. That was
Here
created.
we go.
So then you have to thank Percy Spencer, who invented the microwave. He helped the idea of popping popcorn in the microwave. So that's how everything happened. That's how we got to popcorn in a bag. So the next time you're eating popcorn, think. People used to sacrifice each other for this stuff.
That's fucking nuts to me.
I know. That's your fun
The
fact,
Aztecs had so many. They were such smart people.
Oh, yeah.
But the sacrificing thing.
It's a little,
it gets
little
me.
extreme.
Freaks me out.
A little extreme.
Freaks me out.
For corn.
For corn. Corn, hot chocolate.
But yeah, I just want to know where that was made from. Yeah. I went down a whole rabbit hole.
I'm going to think about that every time I eat popcorn now.
As you should.
As you should. My kids love popcorn. We have popcorn all the time.
It's so good.
I have a little popcorn machine in the basement.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I haven't used it, but I have it. Maybe I should. I just make it in the microwave.
We get the Kirkland.
Oh.
Big.
Yeah.
Big bag. Big tub.
Oh, yeah. Kirkland everything, right?
Yeah.
Obviously.
I work there.
I work. Sponsored. We're talking about ghosts today. The ghosts of Gatlinburg. And now, the reason
I feel like we need, like, lightning.
Yeah. Psh, put an effect right here. There we go.
Like, look scary.
So yeah, I went to Gatlinburg a few weeks ago.
Yes.
You guys obviously know. We were going to go on a ghost tour, but as you also may know, it was a shit show of a week, so we didn't do that. But I was still really interested in it.
Yes.
And my dad, this is kind of a joke, but we keep saying that my dad saw a ghost while we were in Gatlinburg. Actually, we were in Knoxville. But we had a hell of a time on this vacation. It was a rough vacation. And so my dad, who was already like severely dehydrated, but also like just smoking weed as he does because it's what makes him feel better. So he's high as shit and dehydrated. And he was going out to the van to go get something for it. And a little old lady walks up to him and is like, I can't find my car. Can you give me a ride around the parking lot? And my dad's like, no, I can't. My dad's just so, he has anxiety really bad right now too. And he's just so blunt. He's like, no, lady, I can't. But it was because his name's not on the rental and he's also high as shit. So he can't. And then she's like, oh no, I just really can't find my car. And he turned for a minute and then he turned back. She was gone. Just gone. And he doesn't know if she got picked up by somebody in the minute he was like turned around or what. And then she was just gone.
But he might have been high.
He might have been really high. But so we joked that he saw a little old lady ghost who was looking for a car. So that was my dad's ghost. And I will say, like, the house that we stayed at, I don't know, kind of gave me like creepy vibes. Oh. Although it was such a beautiful house, but the upstairs where we ended up having to stay because my parents couldn't get up to the penthouse anymore with their old brittle bones. Lucas and I had to go up there. It kind of creeped me out. I don't know. It had like a weird vibe up top. But they had that huge fire in 2016. I don't know if people passed away in that, but there's just been a lot of incidences in those mountains, whether it be logging accidents, fires. They had a really big indigenous population before, of course, settlers came in there.
Right.
And I knew before we went that they had a rich history of ghosts, and that's why we wanted to go on a ghost tour.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you about some that I wish I would have been able to go visit. But, of course, I couldn't because everybody was fucking sick. And everything cost $1 million down there. Yeah. I'm telling you. So we didn't stay in Pigeon Forge. We stayed in Gatlinburg, but we left and we drove through Pigeon Forge on our way home. Pigeon Forge was literally like one strip, tourist attraction. And so was Gatlinburg to an extent, but it wasn't like as like in your face.
You were definitely in a very expensive area.
It was complete tourist traps everywhere. The stores were super expensive. The only thing that was really cheap was this little Italian restaurant we went to. Did I tell you about it?
No.
We went out Wednesday. That's the day we Ubered because no one could fucking drive. Mm-hmm. No one could drive. So we really wanted to go down and have fun with the kids one day while not everybody, but a few people went ATVing and whatever. Mm-hmm. And we were so desperate for food towards the end of it because Lila was exhausted. Whatever. We went in this little Italian restaurant, and it felt like we were back in, like, the 1980s. Like, it was just decorated, like, just so, like, they hadn't updated it, but it was cute. It was clean. Yeah. It just gave me, like, very nostalgic vibes. Although, they randomly came up to you and, like, took a picture of you and tried to sell you the pictures. And our pictures was just Lila like this. She's so tired. Lincoln's going like this. And Lucas is just like, and I'm going... Like, it was just like, I'm not paying for that. I wish I would have the picture. Maybe I'll send it to you if I can find it. Because they did give us one little postcard where the picture's really small. They gave us that for free. Okay. But you could have bought the other ones for $30. Right. It's like, bitch, no. But the pizza was cheap, and it was really freaking good. Well, and it made the kids happy. So I will say, if you're going to Gatlinburg, go to Best Italian. Other than that, everything's really fucking expensive. Yeah. So anyway, getting into it, there is a ghost tour that's like right downtown. And I guess they take you to the Space Needle. I'll send you a picture of it because we could see it from our house. And it's this needle that they built in, I think, like the mid-1900s. Oh, wow. Yeah. And it's like 360, 400 feet up in the air. And here's our first ghost story about it, okay? Ooh. So, it has glass elevators that you go up. Gross. All the way to the top.
I hate that.
That sounds fucking horrible already.
I would pee myself.
So, there was this kid who was like, just got out of school. He was super excited to start working, and he was excited to work there. And he fell down the elevator shaft one day. And it's a glass elevator, and people were coming up as he fell down. Oh, so all of a sudden, you just see blood coming down the sides of the glass elevator, and people are like, what the fuck? And it goes all the way to the top and pins him, and he died. And so they were stuck there in that elevator, that glass elevator, almost 400 feet in the air for 3 hours while they tried to figure out how to get this kid out and, like, get the people out safely. So they say that now... the elevators will malfunction and, like, randomly stop. And a lot of the time it stops at the point where the guy, like, fell. Oh. Mm-hmm. So never go there because the elevators are faulty.
So, wait. Boy. Falls down. Hits the top of the elevator.
As it's going up.
And then rides up to get...
Well, he wasn't riding. He was just kind of riding, but dead.
Right.
So well, he was already dying. Oh, okay. Because he what really killed him, I think, was being pinned. Right. And so, tragic death, and now the elevators malfunction. Ugh. So, glass elevator, too. That's just... So, they say when you're going to the Space Needle, that a lot of the time it'll stop where the elevator was at the point that he fell onto it. Ah. And then they also say... that you'll see a figure jumping off of the Space Needle and disappearing into thin air because a man committed suicide off the top of the needle. And they also don't know why this man committed suicide because he was a seemingly happy person. Like, he never showed any signs of it. So it was like, was he cursed? Was something happening? So, yeah, they say that if you're riding up, sometimes it'll stop, and then sometimes you'll see a figure jumping off and no one will be there.
I hate that.
I hate it so much.
I would not.
I hate glass elevators. Our hotel had a glass elevator. Ugh. Well, actually, sometimes it makes me feel less claustrophobic, but if you're going up super high, no. But we had a glass elevator at our hotel in Knoxville, and Lila was terrified of it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of glass elevators.
She was terrified. Yeah. So here's another one that I saw that I found was really interesting. So there's a man named Foster. Mm-hmm. He's riding on the Roaring Fork Motor Trail on his horse. This is a while ago. And he sees a woman walking. Yes. And he's a little confused because it's winter and she's not wearing any shoes. But she's beautiful. And she asks him for a ride. This is trippy to me, but on this short ride, he falls in love with this woman. He's like, no shoes, middle of winter, she's pretty, let's get married. And so He's riding along with her, and he tells her, he, like, asks her where her parents live because he's going to go ask for her hand in marriage, and she tells him. He rides off. It didn't say where he left her, but he's like pushes her off. Let's go.
She's probably
I'll be back
to the house.
Yes. And so he's going to the house, and he meets her parents, and he's like, listen, I want to marry your daughter. And they're like, well, she's dead. She died a little bit ago in a fire.
Oh.
That's why she's so warm, because that's how she died.
Oh.
In a fire. I mean, I don't think ghosts can really feel temperature anyway, but they say that's why she's warm even in the winter, because she died in a fire. So they say that when you're riding on this scenic road, which people do a lot because it has waterfalls, which I heard are dried up and shitty anyway, not worth the hike. But they said, if you encounter a beautiful young woman looking for a ride on the Roaring Fork Trail, you may have just met one of Gatlinburg's most famous ghosts. Her name is Lucy.
Well,
Lucy... There's always a woman on a road.
Lucy's got some explaining to do.
She does. And, like, why? One ride. It took one ride.
Did you get my joke?
No.
It's okay.
Wait, why? What was your joke?
Lucy, you got some explaining to do.
Oh.
But no, actually, she really
No, I didn't
does.
get it.
She really does,
so
because...
sorry. I'm like, she
why?
does, because where's her shoes? That's what I was thinking.
Because why would he take her off the horse?
I don't know.
To go to her house?
I don't know.
Why couldn't she come along?
It didn't say where he dropped her off either.
I have a problem with this story.
Did you just disappear? Like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how it goes.
I
think Foster, the man, has some splaining to do, because this don't make sense. But
that's weird.
I've always wanted to see a ghostly figure when I'm driving on a dark road.
Why?
I'd probably shit my pants, but
yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of want to.
You definitely would drop a log or two.
Or 3 or 4. Okay. So here's another one. Mm-hmm. Are you ready?
I hope so. Last one kind of pissed me off.
I know. This one's kind of like... There's always ghost stories like this. See, there's always a ghost story like there's a woman on a road.
Oh, yeah.
And she's always looking for a lover. Always. I feel like... Or she lost her lover, or like...
Yeah. No.
You know, it's like, what? Like, where's one...
Shoes were just an extra touch.
Where's somebody who's just, like, walking on the road looking for turtles to help cross? You know? That's what I'm wondering. But there's never a different story, you know what I mean? Or, like, I dropped something out of the back of my car, and I gotta stop and find it, and then someone hit me, and now I'm a ghost, constantly looking for my thing. Like, why does it always gotta be, I'm looking for a man?
I feel like this turtle scenario.
What?
Like, you have thought really hard.
Yeah. I'm sure someone's gotten hit trying to move a turtle.
Probably.
Yeah, that would be a more modern ghost story.
My sister.
Oh, I don't wish that upon her.
I could see Hannah. She'd be okay.
She wouldn't be a ghost.
She'd bounce right back.
Probably happened to her. Or she's always not wearing shoes. Or she's always in a dress and it's tattered. And it's like, where's the one wearing leggings and a t-shirt?
Sorry, I think of my sister.
Get it.
I was seeing Montana. I just imagine her getting, like, hit by a bison. Are you moving a turtle?
What?
I don't know.
So she didn't get hit by a car. She got hit by a bison.
He didn't sleep very well.
See, that just makes more... I don't know. It's just like, it's always the same thing all the time.
That'd be a way better ghost story.
For sure.
If someone got hit by a bison.
Something interesting. God. Okay.
All right.
So I'm going to tell you one more. And this is about the Greenbrier restaurant.
Ooh.
This is one of the big favorite haunted spots in Gatlinburg, and it's now, I just said it's now a restaurant, but before it was like a mansion.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people will go there hoping to see this ghost.
And it's just a restaurant now?
I think so. Might be a lodge too. I don't know. I didn't do that much research.
Okay.
It's a restaurant. I didn't see it. I saw, like, when I looked at the pictures, I was like, oh, I think I did see that, but I don't know. Okay. So, shortly... Oh, yeah, it was a lodge. In 1930s when this happened.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so shortly after opening as a lodge in 1939, a young woman named Lydia, who lived at the lodge, was jilted by her fiancé at the altar of a Gatlinburg church.
Oh, that sucks.
I know. Devastated, Lydia rushed back to the Greenbrier Lodge, threw a rope over a rafter, and hung herself, still in her wedding dress. They're always wearing a dress. Right?
Yeah.
There's always a creepy bride who the guy fucked her over, and, you know. Okay. So, while Lydia's death is tragic enough to make Greenbrier one of the most haunted places in the Smokies, her false-hearted fiancé's body was found a few days later, mangled by what appeared to be a mountain cat. Since the animal had long since disappeared from the area.
I thought you were going to say a mouse. What?
A pack of mice.
Just
one big mouse came and fucked his ass up. He was a little pussy boy. Just one. It was Ratatouille.
You're saying it's just a mouse. A mountain lion.
A mountain lion.
Okay.
So, but people were guessing because this animal, they were like trying to chase it out of the area, hadn't been back for a while. They were guessing that Lydia's spirit had returned for her revenge. It's kind of weird that he like ended up there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's a lot of bears. Like, I don't know why it wasn't a bear. I would be too. Yeah. Diners are said to see a sad figure on the staircase, which rests where Lydia hung herself. Emma!
I'm sorry.
A strange young woman. Okay, sorry. Or simply feel a sad presence while they're there. Which also, like, I wouldn't go to a restaurant to, like, feel a sad presence while I'm there.
No.
While I'm eating, you know?
No.
But if you are looking for a good restaurant, there's a place called the Old Mill. I had the best chicken pot pie in my life.
Okay.
It was so good. And also, the waiter was named Jacob.
Oh.
And he was from Michigan.
Wait, what?
And...
Was it your brother?
Listen to this. He was in my brother's fraternity, in Jacob's fraternity in Adrian. But, like, 10 years before Jacob was. And it's a very small fraternity for, like, very nerdy people.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Odds. And his name was Jacob.
That's weird.
Shout out to Jacob at Old Mill. You were a great waiter.
Can you imagine eating with a sad presence? Like, you look and there's someone...
You're just enjoying your food and then there's like...
Could I have a bite?
I killed my fiance with a mouse. Can I have a bite of your filet mignon?
Gonna finish that?
Yeah. It's just someone behind you. You gonna finish that? Oh my god, I fucking can't.
Like an Eeyore presence, that's what I am.
Back to the Old Mill. They had some really good corn fritters. I wish I had more of them right now. They were so good. And corn.
And corn.
We brought it all the way around.
There you go.
I still don't get corn kernels, popcorn kernels.
I think you might need to Google this.
I will.
Find a YouTube video.
Because I thought there was like one thing of corn.
No, there's a lot of types of corn.
But are they hard on the cob, or do they get hard?
No, they are planted hard.
I don't get it. So it
not
comes out
corn.
and it's hard.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I need to know. So they come off a thing like a corn.
Yeah.
But they're hard.
Yeah.
They're as hard as they are in a popcorn bag.
Yeah.
They're that hard.
Right.
They just grow hard.
Mm-hmm. Like, you wouldn't buy sweet corn off... Like, you know when you eat sweet corn? You go to, like, a stand, like a food stand or whatever?
Yeah.
You just don't eat that. You have to cook it. So it gets... You have to boil it.
Yeah, but it's not, like, that hard.
Right, because it's sweet corn. It's not corn. There's many types of corn.
Are there popcorn farms around here?
No, it's not popcorn farms. They're just out there making popcorn all day. It's really hot out today. Hold them up to the sun.
What if it gets hot? What if it does? It gets hot at the farm where they just go...
It has to, like, extreme heat.
I just imagine, like, a little fat farmer coming out.
Like, there's,
and it's really hot, and he goes, oh, it's a good one today, boys. And he's just got some butter, and he's like, oh.
Just holding him up to the sun.
There's just get us a snack.
No, there's like different types of popcorn, like different even colors of popcorn.
What?
Like they had like the blue kernel, I think it's called blue popcorn. Like the tortilla chips. There's like the blue.
I thought they dyed
chips.
those.
No, it's a type of corn. I am like blowing your mind. Go, go, go,
go, go, go, go.
Go, go, blue corn.
Okay.
Or like the tortilla chips.
Blue popcorn kernels, old fashioned.
Yeah.
Well, so does that mean like some people back in the day were having like blue popcorn?
Probably.
I feel like I need to go home and watch a popcorn documentary.
I feel like you might need to.
Does it look the same on a stalk?
Yeah.
How do you know which is which?
Well, I would say you probably could just feel it, but maybe you shouldn't just go out and like fields picking corn.
I think we need to go on a field trip.
Okay.
To that farm you mentioned.
Okay.
We'll message them. Can I view your corn? Because I'm very confused.
No, my parents had like a field behind their house, and some farmers would go out there.
Is it sweet corn?
No, it's not sweet corn. But it would be like really hard to the touch. It'd almost feel like you wouldn't eat this.
I thought that was just like old corn. Because I think I felt like a hard corn on the ground outside my aunt's house or something.
It might even be
little.
like corn mazes. I doubt they use sweet corn to make corn mazes when they just really grow corn to plow it down.
Remember when we stopped at that stand and got corn?
Yeah, that was sweet corn.
That was sweet corn.
That was just corn that you can eat. I'm not like a corn expert here,
I just never ask these questions.
Right. No, there's just many types of corn.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
It's corn. Big lump of knobs.
Well,
all right, well,
I feel like we learned a lot today.
We did. I feel satisfied. How about you?
Yeah.
My eyes are real fucked up, I'll tell you that.
Mine too.
I don't know. Just like looking at you through this, we have little tiny ring lights in front of us, and it's like, and then stands for the cameras, and it's like hard to focus. So if you see my eyes go like this, that's why. I'm trying my best here.
Thinking about the corn. Just like, oh, yeah.
Oh my God. So many kinds. All right. Well,
see you later.
Goodbye. Go eat some popcorn, or sweet corn, or blue corn, or green corn. Green. I don't think there was a green.
I don't remember.
Cut. Just end it.